Here it goes.
Well, we're going to do the opening show anyway.
You're really little.
And the goal is to bring you your next favorite band.
Sweet, that intro is my new favorite band. That's phenomenal. I'm so excited to be on.
Yeah. I heard a rumor that you might be able to play that song live today.
You heard correctly. Yes.
Excellent. So,
Good enough for rock.
I don't know when I rock out here on your next favorite band show.
and listen, it's going to be everybody's favorite band. Like,
Phil, you weren't supposed to make me get all... God almighty,
but this
Phil.
is why we do it.
Like, seriously. I gotta gather myself. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Welcome to your next favorite band. That's both the show title and our promise to you. We here at Stereophilia Studio are tireless in our pursuit of finding incredible, genre-defiant artists who are either a hot up-and-coming band or a group that has been delivering for years but have flown under the radar. Day 10 of the Musikfest daily live streams from Godfrey Daniels. Today we have muralist Kyle Edwards and comedian Kate Hughes. Each month, we will bring you live streams, audio podcasts, and perhaps even a live concert where you can listen to the stories and hear the music of artists personally curated by us based on what we feel will be worthy of your time. Be sure to subscribe and tune in to each episode because the possibilities are endless and you never know who will be your next favorite band. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I am your host, Philip Reese, and I am joined by guest co-hosts.
Oh, Kate Hughes.
Kyle Edwards.
And you are listening to...
Your next favorite band.
Next favorite band?
Yeah, yes, we did it.
We did it, guys.
Nailed it.
Every time.
Nailed it. It's so fun.
Just in my mug?
I do. I love the design.
Thank you.
I had the artist on Wednesday this week.
Oh, cool.
know.
So if anybody wants to check out more backstory on the design and Lauren Beck, the woman who designed it,
Dope.
check
Call
it out.
Philip.
Check it out. Well, yeah, you just pull it up. It's all out there on demand. And your bios are way longer than muralist and comedian, and we're going to get into all that. But in that little window of time, I can only say so much.
Perfect.
But here's
Right,
the
right.
beauty of it. What I love about the Musikfest daily live streams is in addition to featuring music and in addition to featuring the festival, I can also shine a light on the other awesome aspects of the Lehigh Valley. And so like yesterday, Craig Larimer came on, who's kind of part of a team of people kind of helping get Bethlehem on the map and now approved for becoming a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So we talked about that. And like how it happened, how it led up to this point and the impact of it afterwards, which I think is just really cool. Or the artist, Lauren Beck. And you know, that's the other part of this is obviously our, you know, community is loaded with such talented people.
Yeah.
And music is one aspect of the art that's available, but then we have visual art, and we have comedy, and we have culinary art, like there's great restaurants. So we try to make sure everybody knows how awesome Bethlehem, Allentown, Easton is, and so that, you know, come during Musikfest, but then come other times in the year where you can really maybe enjoy those aspects of the Lehigh Valley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Love
we were just talking about that,
Yeah.
actually, while we were waiting for you. It's fine. It's fine.
I did send a note.
I did get a donut. It worked out for everybody.
So you're welcome.
Yeah.
And another thing that I thought was fun is I was sharing with people that I actually always make sure the T-shirt I wear is kind of somehow connected to the people who are on the show, and I thought this one was perfect,
Oh my gosh, that's a perfect
Oh, that is perfect.
T-shirt.
especially for each of you.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
about humor and it's about creativity.
I love it.
Boom.
I think they go hand in hand. Boom.
And donuts.
And donuts.
That's why I'm gonna
Yeah.
need. That's what's on the back.
And donut. Let me just
Yeah.
get a Sharpie. No, that's perfect.
But yeah, so thank you both for coming on the show. Right now, you're not the guest; you're the guest co-hosts.
Okay.
So we're going to deal with the beginning part of the show. Then you become guests.
So is there a tiara still? I mean, am I going to still put it on?
Still no tiara.
Sash, okay.
Yeah.
Darn it.
So the picks of the day. Again, normally we start with weather when we need to. Don't need to talk about it other than that it's absolutely perfect outside.
Gorgeous.
Chef's kiss today.
Yes. So my wife, Christy, has actually come down yesterday and today because of how beautiful the weather is. Like, there's certain bands she will want to see. So, like, if there was Christy Fest, it would be, like Blair Crimmins and the Hookers. It would be the Accidentals. It would be Mike Maines and the Branches. I think Cass Noel is now on that list. But more importantly on that lineup is 79 degrees and very low humidity.
Right.
So when that's on the lineup, Christy's there.
She's a weather snob. Okay, that's fine. That's good for you, Christy.
So weather's perfect, and don't need to worry about that. Definitely find your way down to the festival, and even if it's just to have some food and take in some music of whatever's nearby, your favorite fest food, that's amazing. Before we get to the picks of the plots, as we refer to them, I wanted to bring up today is also Godfrey Daniels Day. So the later plots stage, which is the Sun Inn Courtyard, from noon to 6:30 is all a lineup that Godfrey. You can't get it.
I can't get it. I'm trying
can't
to
get
get
back
in.
on screen.
I'm trying. Sorry.
Yeah, Kate has a thing about the visuals. When you guessed it on the other episode, you thought you were in a box.
I did.
They can still hear me, though.
I know, but it's so good.
Anyway.
You gotta use it. Sorry.
Godfrey Daniels Day is a wonderful day at the festival. I don't know how many years in a row they've done it, but basically the Sunday, the last day of the festival, they get given the later plot stage to book who is like typical Godfrey Daniels bookings. And so they have a great lineup here. It's Todd Albright, the Heather Pearson Duo, Sloan Wainwright, Big Lazy, and Daniela Cotton. And Daniela Cotton is stunning. She's terrific. So, the whole lineup's great, but obviously the headliner is there for a reason. But the other thing they do is right before the headliner goes on, so somewhere around between 6 and 6:30, they raffle off a Martin guitar.
Oh,
that's awesome.
And like an upper end model. Like, even the base model of a Martin is amazing. But they even get a nicer one to be able to raffle off. It's quite an opportunity. And the raffle money obviously goes to Godfrey's, which is a nonprofit. So, like, it's all a great thing that you would be supporting the organization at a minimum and perhaps walking away with a Martin. There's a couple other prizes, too, that's the grand prize. But there's a couple other things that they throw in there. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
You can buy tickets, right there. So, like, if you go down to later plots and you're going to catch some good music, again, it's great food, it's perfect weather, and maybe you'll walk out of there with a Martin guitar.
Oh my
I'm going to check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna win it. I decided I'm winning.
So that's very cool. And again, I can't thank Godfrey Daniels and Ramona Labar enough for letting us set up here all week. It's just such a wonderful thing. It's so convenient for, obviously, us to have a dedicated space. It's so convenient for the musicians who are going to be a guest on the show because they can get to the plazas on either north side or south side, wherever they need to get to, within a minute or two. Like, it's super fast.
Awesome.
So they can say yes to coming here between 3 and 4 and still make it to a gig even at 5 o'clock or later, obviously. But so that's pretty great. So thank you to Godfrey's and Ramona. And there's other ways, too, if you want to support it. Like, let's say maybe you're not a musician, you don't necessarily want the Martin guitar or whatever. Like, just you can send a donation. You can, buy tickets to a show the rest of the year. They kick back up in September. They take this month off, obviously because of Musikfest, but they're also doing some nice renovations here in the space. So it's very cool. But support Godfrey's however you can. And here's our picks of the day. We're going to play a song from each of them, so you don't have to necessarily worry about all the details. But the fave of today is Zach Person. He was on my list of what we play a game is, like, as we're leading into the preview show, we pick, like, which 7 bands are we most excited to see. 2 of people who we've had on the show before, and 5 from people we've never seen before. So Zach was in my top 5. I've never seen him before, and I'm super excited. You'll hear why when we play the music. Then the other bands, Burn the Jukebox, which you may have heard of, or you may not even realize you've heard of or seen. You'll see why in a second. Cass Noel. Sadly, Burn the Jukebox and Cass Noel have both already performed today. So if you waited to now, check them out and find out when they're going to be performing again. I send this note out early in the morning, so I always like to, include them if they're there. So we just came from the Cass Noel show, and she did amazing today. Trashy Annie is terrific. You're going to love that one.
I like that name.
Yeah.
I know.
Sensational Barnes Brothers are incredible, and then Billy Bauer plays his original music earlier in the week, and he always closes out the festival on Stodplot. I should say always. Like, the last couple of years, it's become like a little bit of a tradition now that he goes on at 9:30, plays till 11, and at the Stodplot stage, you see the fireworks from there.
Oh, cool.
And so, like, as their show is going on, the fireworks, it's just really cool.
awesome.
So it's a Dave Matthews tribute. And his sound, even if you just listen to his originals, you might even think, wait, this is probably a Dave Matthews cover or whatever, but it's his original stuff. It's just his sound, his vibe is very Dave Matthews. And the whole band, when they are up on that stage, and they even bring in some guest performers to make it even a richer sound, it's a really, really good way to kind of close things out. So that's the lineup. We're going to now share the songs. The first one we are going to share is we always start with the fave of the day. So let's take a listen to this song. It's called Muddy Water by Zach Person. So, I mean, I love that opening because it's like, whoa, didn't expect that.
Yeah, that was dope.
It's just filthy guitar playing.
That's one way to describe it.
Yeah. I mean, it's just this is the sound that if I could play the guitar, this is what I would want to have it sound like.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this, like,
Cool.
kind of, like garagey,
Yeah.
not quite polished, fuzzy southern rock is kind of, but this is more blues, but that's still south. But I love it. I love it, love it. Can't wait to see him. And it's multiple songs in the catalog. Like, this just happened to be the one that I picked. I could have picked 5 other different ones that are all in this equal amazing.
I like the aesthetics.
Yes.
The vibe.
There's a total coolness factor to him.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's like, I want to be like Zach Person. So yeah, that's
Certain angles, he looked like Prince a couple angles.
totally, yeah.
I know. He's a big
There's definitely
Prince fan.
something
Absolutely.
Princey about it.
So, yeah.
Absolutely true, yes. So the next one we were going to bring up is Burn the Jukebox. This is unfortunately one that already performed today. It's a shame. I really would have liked to have seen them, but they were on at noon. But so Burn the Jukebox has a... Let's play a game. How many TikTok followers do you think that... Let me play it, and then you can think about this. I'm going to ask you how many you think they have as followers.
I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. Even you're much better than that go. So much space.
So you can see, like, basically the way they made their kind of like leap is on their TikTok channel. They take requests. So up in the upper left corner, someone commented on their channel, they want to hear, Crazy. And so they play it. And so this is actually a compilation, I think, from the month of February earlier this year. And so that's also why it's the portrait rather than landscape is most of their videos up there. Now, they do have originals, and they have, really well-produced stuff out there. But this is more what I kind of wanted to share because it's very much what they're known for. And now here's someone wanted to ask them to play a 311 song, which is right from, this was what scratched my eardrums back in like the early 90s. So I was psyched to hear them play this one.
The answer is they have a lot of TikTok followers.
Correct.
There's a lot. Yeah.
1.1 million.
That's about right.
And growing.
Yeah.
Like this is a relatively new thing for them, but it's like I think it was also like 250,000 subscribers on YouTube. I mean, it's just insane what they have.
Yeah, smart. Using technology. Very smart.
It's Creep by Radiohead.
Oh, wow.
I love that song.
That's a good one.
So just a fun thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's I don't want to sound like, I just more mean like I would say this even if I was 20. I was like, it's just a bunch of kids having a great time.
Yeah.
Like
Okay. Yeah, I felt that way. I was like, how old are they? Like a grandma sitting over here. How old are those kids?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Are they allowed to say that? Anyway,
know they're singing?
they're really like just on a very cool,
Yeah.
like
It's awesome.
Oh my
like just
God.
rocket ship, and it's fun to watch. So that is what already played. they were on at 12, but check them out, give them a follow. It's a lot of fun. The other one that has already played, but it was definitely a pick of the day and something I wanted to play. Rather than play a video for her, Cass Noel was on our Musikfest Exordium. So if you've like kind of looking for that, obviously the preview is not exactly evergreen because we're talking so much about the festival that's about to happen. But I figured it was important to kind of point out that the Tuesday before Musikfest every year, I shouldn't say every year, we've done it 3 years, and the plan is to do it as long as I'm upright. But the Exordium is just like an opportunity for us to share, like we said, our picks of the festival and what else are we looking forward to and so on. And then we bring on some musical guests. So I was going to share the song she played on the Exordium because I just think it's a beautiful song. You're going to hear a little bit of talk on the front end because basically what the song is about is it's called Someone to Help You. And her husband was an addict and had an overdose. And so this song is about that. It's basically, you'll hear it, she's just kind of saying, you just had to ask someone to help you. Didn't matter who. And so she's now become a huge advocate for mental health, for addiction awareness, and for asking for help. So her site, if you go to her site, just as much about the resources that could be available to you as much as the music that she's created. So she's a wonderful person and has this incredible song. So let's take a listen to Someone to Help You. Something I wanted to make sure that we highlighted here because it's a beautiful song.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
You can also find it on Spotify and everywhere else that you can stream music. But it was kind of a weird release because I really encouraged people not to go there first, to go to my website and look at the resources. So this is called Someone to Help You.
Someone from how they disagree with you. It took a while to figure out. You would just keep doing whatever you wanted to. All the pills around the floor, no matter what they're for, you're abusing him. And now you're storming out the door. Said you're gone for good, I'll see you later then. And all you ever had to do was find someone to help you. Anyone to help you. Walk through any door, tell them what you're there for, and find someone to help you. Only if you want to.
So, just, vocals and guitar playing alone is gorgeous, and then to just be gutted by the story, it gets harder too. Like as it goes on, you learn there's a child involved, and how am I going to explain this to her, and so on, and it's... Oof. But yeah.
No, it's inspiring.
It is.
To use that pain and create something so beautiful. So.
Right. So in the chat, I actually pasted the website that takes you to her site with that, but it's about the resources. It's about, kind of this passion to make sure people know what is available to them. Because sometimes that's the thing, is like you're not aware of even where to turn.
Exactly.
Or you're not sure if it's confidential. Like, you're just worried about some of those things.
Well, there's so much shame attached
Correct.
to it, which is not, there's so much strength in asking
Yes.
for help.
Yes.
It's the strongest thing that
Yep.
you can do.
Mm-hmm. And it's getting better, but
Yeah.
obviously there's still a ton of work to do. So yeah, the destigmatization of all that stuff and getting people to feel comfortable to ask for help, or even again, raise the awareness of this. And the other thing, the reason why we talked about it was, even though the festival is loaded with people getting together and having a great time, they may not be doing so okay on the inside. They
Right.
might be really struggling, or maybe they shouldn't be around alcohol. You know what I mean? Like, there's just all sorts of things that maybe just keep in mind and make sure people have the safe space to talk to you about something. So, anyway.
Beautiful song.
Yeah, it's amazing. It really is. And Listen to the Dissonance, as we know, is about that, and we're already planning for that. So the event, the second annual, will be on February 28th. So it's actually going to be a Friday this year, still in the Ice House. So it's a great space for it. And I was thankful that the Ice House came back and said, "Do you want to do it again next year?"
Oh my gosh, well, wasn't it standing room only?
Well, still they could choose not to. Like, you just got to be ready for anything.
No,
I
just comment on that?
Absolutely,
I have to comment on that. I mean, thank you for putting that together. What a great resource for our community, seriously.
Yeah.
And we wanted to get there, but we had an emergency that we couldn't get there. But so many people were reaching out to me and telling me that they were there.
Yeah, it was incredible.
And how powerful. Yeah, you were there.
Yep.
And how powerful it was. Of course they would want you to come back. But I mean, isn't it great that we can use our art to heal people and to talk about it, to start the conversation?
Definitely.
And it just kind of levels the playing field. And it's so important. So really, I honestly thank you from me and the community.
Well, I mean, to me, it was more like, it wasn't about me at all. It was like, I always hesitate to use the word, but it's like, it's actually easy. Like, if it's as easy as putting those musicians on stage to share their stories that they're more than willing to share, because each one of them were passionate about this as well, that might help anyone in the audience just feel a little less alone and be able to ask for help, or at least just get through another day. Like, that's the least we could do. So, like, I mean, that's, when you see that on display and you could put that out there and maybe help one person, like, that's like, okay, yeah, let's do that. So
let's keep doing it.
I say thank you to the musicians who are doing the brave work of saying, I'm willing to go on stage and talk about my depression, my suicide attempt, my addiction to whatever, simply so that might help someone else say, okay, this is, and they've overcome it, or maybe not. Like,
I think
wherever they were in their journey.
The biggest problem is that you feel so alone when you're at that spot that you don't think that there's anyone that you can talk to or that would relate to you, especially when you're young. You know, that's all you know. You're always as old as you've ever been. You know, I always say that. And when you're young, you think, I'm never going to get past this. And when you talk to people that are older, it's so important to have like that cross-generational, those kind of conversations, because it really can heal you. You can talk about, look, I felt like you felt, and I got through it, you know, and now I'm 100. Speaking about myself personally.
But yeah, so she performed at 1:30 today. So, but give Cass Noel a follow and check out her music. She actually has only that one song out right now. Is Someone to Help You on streaming services. She's about to release more of a full album, but she said on the stage today that it might not be till the spring. So it's hard to put music out. Like, it's like, you know, you can create a ton, but then there's a ton of cost to the production side of it and the streaming services and so on and so forth. So, like, it's not the easiest thing, but check out our site and go see a show.
And I'm sure when putting out music that's that meaningful, it takes a lot from you, you know, so it takes time. But
it does.
All good things take time.
It absolutely does. And I was ripping through this a little too quickly. The Zach Person show is at 7:30 tonight on America Plots. So basically that's Steel Stack stage.
And it's the last night for Musikfest.
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
Yeah, I go check it out. I actually have not been to Musikfest yet.
What?
I was away. In
That's
fairness.
right. Yeah, you were on
I was-
vacation.
Thank
So
you.
you're good.
I get a pass.
Yes. So this is a nice, like, you need to just change it right up, like, you know, with where that was. Let's just get a little bit more on this side, because this song it's awesome, but it has a little bit of comedy to it, which we probably could use right now.
Cool.
Yeah.
So this is the artist is Trashy Annie, and her song called Born Pretty.
I love that name. It's so good.
Born on the corner by the city limit sign. I chip my tooth down on Hollywood and Vine. Greasy long hair, but I like the way it shines. A little bitty booty, but I shake it just fine. Got a unibrow longer than an old highway, and a lazy glass eye keeps on rolling away. Short right leg and I got a little sway, but a girl with a limp never had a bad day. Well, the boys making noise every place I'm at, saying, girl, how you make it with a face like that? Well, how you make it, girl, in this big bad city? I guess I got lucky I was born this pretty. Born pretty like a sunny summer day. Born pretty and I'll take your breath away. Born pretty, better lay your money down. This kind of pretty's gonna run this town.
He ate the pizza off the ground. I didn't catch that the first time.
Yeah, that's gross.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Like such a fun time.
Yeah.
I like the name. Yeah. It's fitting. I like it.
It's amazing. So a little more country, definitely super funny, but also it's legit music, and it's not trying to be like a parody.
Yeah.
But they're leaning right into a vibe, and it's awesome.
I like it.
So Annie plays right before Zach Person, so you could go down to America Plots at 6 and watch Trashy Annie and Zach Person. Oh, this is funny too. So like on Instagram. Well, actually, on all of our social channels, but on Instagram in particular, she chimed in saying, "Oh, that's cool and great to see another Austin artist." So apparently, her and Zach Person are both from Austin, so they know each other, and then they're going back to back. So I bet you they'll even play around with that too.
That's awesome.
It'll probably be a fun
What time
time.
is that tonight?
She's on at 6, and then Zach Person 7:30. Okay. So she'll play for an hour, and then Zach doesn't.
I know what I'm doing tonight.
The next one is, and this might actually give you some struggle. You may not know where you want to go, because wait till you hear this song.
Oh, no.
Right? The Sensational Barnes Brothers is practically like, it borders on like blues gospel, and it's just so good. And to think about that they're on Stodplots is like, it's going to be like going to church. With that beautiful background on this gorgeous day, and they just sing so amazing. It's a wonderful band. So check out the song "I Am Trying to Go Home" by the Sensational Barnes Brothers.
This next song is called "Trying to Go Home." Listen, so happy to be out here. We thank you once again. We are the Sensational Barnes Brothers. Meet us over at the old country store. Woo! Oh, I'm trying just to go. Said I'm trying just to go. Yeah. Trying just to go. Oh, I'm trying just to go. Said I'm trying.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
It's like bathing in awesome. Like, it's just such a great sound.
Yeah, I'm trying to go see them. They're
Yeah,
good.
that's the problem, is they're on the exact same time as Zach Person.
FaceTime.
That's right, yeah.
Right.
One spot. That's awesome.
But it's
So
definitely
cool.
one that, just so good.
Oh, wow.
My God.
Yeah. I feel like this year's festival was just loaded with this, where like you just, within the first 8 seconds, you're just like, that person was born to do that, and I want to go down and watch them do it. So yeah, I don't think they came up with sensational. I think it just got said so often that they just took it.
Like, let's just put
But
it on
yeah,
the
we're
front.
just apparently we're
Let's put it on the
sensational. We're adopting that full time, as they certainly are.
He's just showing off now.
Exactly, yeah. It's like, I don't want to hit stop, but we have to.
That's incredible.
Yeah. And then the last one is, so this is the other one. So you could go Sensational Barnes Brothers into Billy Bauer. Like, that's the other one, is they're both on Stodplots back to back, 7:30 and 9:30.
We have to clone ourselves.
Right? I say that every year. I need to figure out a way to split myself
split.
into
You go this way.
clone
You go that way.
or, just be the multiverse where I can see it all at one spot. But this is, again, we're going to jump to the YouTube channel because the best one that I found to play was actually from Musikfest a prior year. And so this is actually exactly what you're going to see, but it's back a few years. But, it's fine. So this is the song Warehouse by Dave Matthews. And this is a Service Electric, recording of it that's out there on YouTube. So here, check out Billy Bauer's Dave Matthews Band tribute and the song Warehouse. Didn't mean to mute it. Sorry about that. But just great. I mean, they do such an amazing job.
Where are they from?
This is basically Bethlehem. I mean, these is all local people. That's Billy Bauer's from here. I think he still works for Martin Guitar.
Okay, he sounds familiar.
The guy on the keyboards is Bobby Siegfried. His band Chasing Daylight is a local band. I'm not remembering, but they're all in other bands or in Billy's band. Like, it's either Billy's band or they join for this Dave Matthews tribute.
I saw Billy Bauer like Steel Stacks or something.
Definitely.
So,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he plays a good bit around. He's excellent.
Oh yeah.
But I don't often tout a tribute. Normally we'd have 5 picks of the day, so we gave you 5. We threw this one on because it's such a great way to finish the festival, and they do such a good job. Like, if you like Dave Matthews at all, you're gonna love their versions of things. They do such an amazing job, and also the typical like Dave Matthews stuff is like he would jam. A recorded song on the Dave Matthews album might be 4 minutes long, but you go see a Dave Matthews concert and it suddenly becomes like a 23-minute just magnum opus. They do that stuff too.
Oh, awesome.
They start to just jam and do awesome stuff. And like we said, the fireworks are at the end. So like right at the end, I think they let the fireworks go and then they play like 1 or 2 more songs.
That's cool.
It's
That's
fun.
the way to do it.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Yeah. So, and from the Stadplatz stage, you can see it all. So it's really cool.
Wow.
And that is our picks of the day.
Awesome picks.
Day 10,
Yeah.
final day.
Woo, we did it.
We did it!
Yeah.
So now you're no longer co-hosts, you're guests.
Oh,
Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having
Kate
us.
Hughes, welcome to the show.
Thank
Kyle
you.
Edwards.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
appreciate
And it's
it.
been such a fun connection. I was trying to even roll it back to see where it all happened, but there was definitely like a crossroads.
there
at
was a
which-
rainbow for sure.
That's
when
right,
it
yeah.
happened, and a little bit of glitter.
And a tiara, yeah.
And a tiara.
And so anyway, let's just start with you, Kate. Let's talk about your backstory because we said
God.
comedian.
Okay,
But we'll
yeah.
get into some of the other elements of this. But let's go back to your story. Like, comedy is what you do as a profession.
And as a human.
And
Yeah, it's been the flotation device.
Yeah.
For my entire life.
Sure.
When I was younger, I was really short. I'm much taller now. If
That's
you
the
guys
shoes.
noticed that. Yeah, I wear big shoes now. But people used to make fun of me. You know how kids are.
Yeah.
They just pick on you.
Yep.
So it was like for being short and like being really pale. Like things that don't...
Not even creative.
Yeah. So, yeah,
Right, yeah.
I'm like, can you come up with
Come up
something
with
better
something
than
better
that?
than
Like my one eye is a different color than the other one. Like, but anyway, yeah, so...
You almost were going to reveal something.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't say it.
Yeah, keep that's on the
Yeah, it's
inside.
inside voice.
Yes.
But I think as a way to like fit in, I always, I was like the jokester.
Mm-hmm.
I just like made jokes. I have 3 brothers, so you
That's
have
brutal.
to. That
Yeah.
was brutal. I never got to watch anything on television,
Mm-hmm.
so I was using my imagination a lot. I was coloring. I was
Mm-hmm.
climbing trees, but I always felt when I made somebody laugh, it just there's just something to that. It's like this sort of drug, and I try to be nice to everybody.
Yeah.
Like that's like one of my, I guess like a core value or something. Even with like the grocery store, I just try to, because it's it's probably not their dream position, kind of thing. Or maybe they haven't had a great day. You say like, oh, I really like your nails or your hair or something. And you'd be surprised if people like open up and kind of talk to you.
Sure.
When you just like level the playing field.
Right.
So I've noticed that my people, so you do stand-up comedy and, some crowds like you.
Yeah.
And some crowds don't.
Right.
Old people. Those are my people. They love me.
Right.
And babies. No, like little kids. Little kids like me.
Yeah.
Our people our age, not so much, but the old people and the babies. No, it's just it's funny. And being on stage, there's a lot of psychology that goes
I'm
with
sure.
it.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can drop a joke and it doesn't land because it takes a second.
Yep.
And then you can take that time to walk across the stage and then you hear the wave and it's and you sit in it. That doesn't happen a whole lot for me yet, but one time on this stage actually I did this great, I know it's a great joke, and I did it. And the comedians that were downstairs, they asked me later, they're like, what was that joke you said? Because we were talking and we heard, and he said, it was like a wave.
Roll, yeah.
And he goes, and we all stopped and we were like, all right, good job, Kate.
Right.
Again, that doesn't happen for me often. But
Let's take a moment to talk about that. So Godfrey Daniels' 48-year history.
Yeah.
They had never done comedy before.
Yeah.
And that was you broke a glass ceiling there.
I don't want to brag, but yeah.
But it was a great night. There was
I did
3
it.
different comedians, and Godfrey's had always wanted to. In talking with Ramona, they're like, we always wanted to make some bookings be comedy, but it didn't happen until you made it happen.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm on the board here, so
Sure.
I'm just like...
Listen, whatever.
I'm like, hey, you know what you need? You need me.
Yeah.
No, but we've been able to schedule these comedians, and it's such a great space here.
Yes.
And it's such a great way to get local
Everyone who walks in
performers.
this week, most of it's the first time they've walked in.
Yeah.
Here. And so they always go, there's something special going on here. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's an excellent feel here. Like,
Right.
it's just, you can tell you're in a really cool space.
Oh yeah, and then to be on stage and perform, honestly, it's a really great venue. And then you get to sign the wall downstairs. It's just really cool, and it's right here on the south side of Bethlehem. But yeah, so I've done radio. I don't know, 10, 15 years.
Sure.
Time is an illusion for me, so I'm not really sure. But I've been doing that for a really long time. Live radio. I've had you on.
Yep.
And that's a way to really be able to like listen to people and like really
And since people can
communicate.
tune into that, like it's an iHeart radio station that you're on, so you can download that app. You can just stream it for free.
Yeah, and you should.
And you should. And it's available everywhere. So like old radio, you obviously had to have proximity to.
Yeah, to put it on your shoulder.
Right, well,
yeah, back in the day. Not anymore. No.
But now that since it's an iHeart radio station, you could just listen to your show, and it's every Monday, 12 to 3 Eastern time.
Yeah.
And it's called the Lunch Express.
It's called the Lunch Express.
And it's 2 hours of like
nonsense.
Music. Well, yes, but music and just
Whatever's up here.
Yeah, things that you've got some cool shtick to it.
Wrote notes.
And
all
then
week.
the last hour is the guest.
Yes.
So it is cool because it's I'll just say regular. It's a regular radio show for 2 hours. With your comedy in between the music that gets played, and you're always like so gracious about accepting requests. So that's the other cool part is you're listening in, you want to recommend a song, have at it. And in fact, one that was recommended by someone else, you played, I loved it, and brought the person on the show.
Oh, that's awesome.
Full circle stuff.
Yeah.
Look what we're doing.
Because I was listening and I was like, what is this song I've never
Yeah.
heard of before? And then went down the rabbit hole of their whole catalog, and I was like, these people are amazing. And they were super nice people because they coordinated an interview like right away. That had nothing to do with me. It had to do with how awesome they were.
And then I was on that show.
That's right. You were the guest host of that because I was like, it just made a ton of sense. The artist is Smokey Brights. Listen to the music, and if you like it, check out the interview. It's excellent. But so 12 to 3 every Monday.
Every Monday, yep. And I've been doing that for like 10, 15 years. So I have people, we've had musicians, comedians, local business owners, and things like that. Come on. It's just, just conversation. And I love talking to people, like really talking to them. And, and at the end, we wrap it up. They get to pick 6 songs, and we end the show with their song. But yeah, I love doing that. And then I met Kyle.
Yeah, this is a great transition. Yeah,
a couple years ago.
Good segue.
And I think I stalked you a little bit online. I was searching for
I'm
artists.
Sure you did.
And I
Everyone
called
should.
him. And I remembered the conversation that we had. My husband was driving me, and I'm on the phone, and we're talking, and we just had this like meaningful conversation about art and how it can help you and it can help other people, and how can we make more people understand that there is value to it, and there's a reason that we do it.
Right.
Like it is therapy for a lot of us.
Certainly.
And we got together. We were able to tell the story, and then a year later, he started Inkwell. He opened Inkwell, and I can't remember exactly how it went, but he contacted me, and I was like, "Let's do it. What are we doing? Let's do it."
Yeah, whatever it is, we're gonna do it.
I'm in.
Yeah. And so the quick transition here is then, so you're helping book the artists in the space.
Not everybody, but yeah. So
Right.
we did. We got the full year of the comedians. We have an open mic every other Monday night. So tomorrow night.
Right.
And so the winner from that month gets to be on the big show.
Nice.
They get to select the
How
show that they
fun.
want to be
And
on.
they get paid.
Yeah.
And they get paid.
so-
And that was the big thing
Right.
for Kyle, because how many people are like, "Oh, I'm a starving artist, artist," and it like why is it like that?
Right.
There's so much talent,
Right.
really. Like nobody who is that creative should be doing things for free or not be compensated.
Right.
There's value in it. To be able to highlight these people, they bring in money to these
Establishments,
these establishments, these venues, and why not share it with them?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
Kyle's done a great thing where he started to bring art in, and typically in a gallery type setting, the percentage it could be like a 50-50 or a 40-60, where the venue gets more money, but he's the only place in the Lehigh Valley that does 70-30
In favor of the artist.
in favor of the artists.
I remember, and that's it. The thing is, like, I'm sure you're not always like wanting to to take, like, kind of like how I didn't want to take credit for anything before. Like, I'm sure you're like, no, this is the way it should be. So you may not want to shine a light on that, but I think it's important to do that because people just don't know. Like, they don't realize when you go into a gallery and buy a piece of art that the artist is actually making a percentage of their own art.
Right.
And the gallery sometimes is making out better. And I think that's an important thing to make people aware of.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. So yeah, let's talk about this. So Kyle, you have this, because I'm going to work it a little bit backwards because that's how I got to know you, is I knew about Inkwell first. And Inkwell is a brand new venue in Allentown in a great spot. And the space is for artists to be like have a safe space and people to come and take that in, and artist in any sense of the word. So whether it is visual artists like we were just talking about, or musicians, or comedy, or even cooking, whatever. Like there's all
arts,
right. Everything is an option. Like you're kind of open to anyone's ideas,
Anything.
on what art could be in that space, which I think is fascinating. So. Then I come to learn about yourself and A True Love Story. So if you don't mind, maybe kind of take us through that as Inkwell into A True Love Story, and then we'll go backwards into your personal story.
Sure. Inkwell, you said it great. It's a shared creative space. Well, first off, I want to thank you for allowing us to be here. Give you your flowers first, man. I really appreciate it.
I also think. Darn it! I forgot that part.
No, it's totally fine.
No, it's really important because we appreciate being here.
thank you.
But Inkwell, it's a shared creative space. I guess I coined that phrase. Essentially, many of the great things that have happened at Inkwell, they're not my doing. I'm just kind of orchestrating, piecing things together. More often than not, I'm bartending or I'm at the door. I'm doing something. I kind of like to blend in.
Yep.
It gives me a really good vantage point too, where
Sure.
I can kind of pick apart things like, we could do this better.
Right.
And this lighting should be better. And so I like it, and I sort of like when people find out that I own the place, just because they have no idea, and I just like that,
Right.
Because
He
it
puts
doesn't
a
matter.
superhero cape on.
Right, exactly, yeah.
No, it's cool. It's a good vibe in there. You've been in there, and, we've had some phenomenal events. We've had fine dining events, comedy shows, of course, live music events. It's very intimate, I let folks that do great things do it on that stage. I just want to elevate them.
Right.
And Inkwell really came about from just the realization that there's a need for that in my local community.
Yes.
Born and raised in Allentown, there's not much for folks that contribute. I like to call them contributors, people that create and do cool things, because all is art. Everything is art. This table's art. The shirt I'm wearing, the dress she's wearing, everything is art.
Sure.
I think we fail to realize that at times. So we need to really help artists understand that they shouldn't starve.
You have T-shirts that say that.
Yeah, artist shouldn't starve.
Yeah.
It's one of my most popular ones being sold now. But yeah, it's the truth because it's only romantic in movies, and even then, as an artist, it makes me cringe.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hate the idea of artists struggling. So I don't have all the answers, but I'm certainly willing to work with others to bring their vision to life and help them monetize it. I want to really try to figure out a way for artists to create monetization and live off their craft.
Yeah, I've brought this story up sometimes, like, because people who were asking me a question, they're like, what's some of the similarities of things you've learned after doing these interviews with all these musicians? And I was like, for the most part, most of them don't want to be famous. They just want to be a musician. And so, like, this person, works at an office as an accountant. This person's a plumber. This person's a musician. And they don't need to have another job in order to make a living, not starving, as their musician. That's all they want.
Yeah.
They want to be able to almost be a 9-to-5 with medical benefits, except they play the guitar or the drums or write music or whatever. So, like, I'm sure you're seeing that as well, where it's
100%.
like, I'm sure some people are aspirational about wanting the fame, but for the most part, the people that I'm meeting and talking to that are on the musician side, it's like, I just want to do this.
They just want freedom.
Correct.
That's all they want.
Right.
And that's what I want.
Yeah.
And that's why, again, I saw the need in Allentown specifically, and I knew that, much like yourself, I get the sense that you're on assignment. I think we're all on assignment. This is something I have to do. I wish I could just flip burgers at Burger King and be happy.
Oh my gosh, I wish that all the time.
Because realistically, that is success. If you're happy doing what you're doing, it was flipping burgers, dropping fries, whatever. If you're happy doing it, you've achieved success.
Correct.
Yeah.
I must do this to achieve my idea of success. So I've always been someone that likes to make other people happy. I like to make them smile. Much like Kate, we have actually similar backgrounds. Everyone thought I was going to be a comedian when I was younger. I was the fat kid. I got picked on. But you would pick on me one time, and then I would just lean into you.
Right.
And you'd avoid me the rest of the time. I'm not going to mess with it. So growing up, everyone thought I was going to be a comedian. But I think I realized at a young age, I enjoy watching other people enjoy themselves.
Sure.
So I want to elevate whatever it is they're doing at Inkwell. A True Love Story, to kind of backtrack, A True Love Story is kind of the umbrella company. That's art, apparel, and entertainment.
Yep. I'll bring up the site while you can keep chatting.
Okay. The art piece of that is most recently large-scale stuff, but I've done canvas work. But again, murals are very popular, and they tend to pay a little better. So I've been doing...
And some of the clients you've had are like the Philadelphia Eagles.
That was cool. Yeah, that was cool. We've done
so it's
5...
there it is there.
Yeah.
You don't need it to be that level of client. I just more talk about that the resume is there for people to really understand and appreciate the talent that you have.
I appreciate it. Yeah. So I work with a fellow artist to achieve that for the Eagles. We've installed 5 for them. We just installed a mural downtown Allentown, which is actually the
one
largest
is so
one.
cool.
Thanks, man.
Because it was like maybe 20% there when I was at that other event.
Okay.
I would love to swing back around.
Yeah, you gotta check it out.
Musikfest absorbs 2 weeks of my brain.
I get it, rightfully so. But yeah, I got.
Oh, that is such a cool one.
Yeah, that
Sinatra one.
Yep. So the owner of Lost Tavern, his father is a big fan of Sinatra, and we saw those bars and we got to get the mugshot.
That's fantastic.
But that was my first event there with those 5 large pieces.
Yeah.
That was in 2019. The first event I held was honestly a result of impatience. I got tired of waiting on somebody to give me a shot. It really is was it Cassie, the musician that sang that heartfelt song?
Cass, yeah. Cass Noel. Yeah.
The pain can sometimes be a privilege, so
sure.
Much like disgust and frustration, I was frustrated. I got tired of waiting on somebody to give me a shot. I turned that into something positive where we can, do some cool things. And hosted the first event in 2019. Fast forward, now I host the holiday market at the Promenade Shop. So I have a great partnership with them every year. And I do large-scale, events. I'm actually working with the city to plan a large-scale event soon. So we have a lot of things in the pipeline. But again, a lot of that came from just frustration waiting on somebody to give me a shot. Right. But the art piece, again, murals.
I pulled up the merch section. Here's that shirt we were talking about. You can purchase it there. We always like to sling the merch because it's such a great way to support. And then there is artwork in here as well.
Yeah, there's some canvas print in there.
And then where's the events? This is what I wanted to pull up. So here's where you can learn all the stuff that's coming up and how to buy a ticket for it. 2 things I wanted to mention about that is, one, the price does often include a beverage, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So we don't have a liquor license.
Right.
So that's I guess crafty way to kind of
Sure.
walk that fine line.
Yeah.
They're free. Drinks are free all
Right.
night long. You come out and have a good time. As long
Right.
as you're having a good time, keep on coming
Right.
back to the bar.
And then the other part is, I think some people, because it's a problem here in Bethlehem as well, is the parking can be a difficulty.
Yes.
But you've solved that problem.
Yes, I think so. So there's just steps away. There's Truist Bank parking lot. I just got tired of folks complaining about the parking situation, so I went and talked to them, and they're like, "Not a problem. So
Yeah.
you can park for free at Truist Bank parking
And
lot."
like,
right
what
now.
a great way for a
Right.
company to help this
community.
local
Yep.
business
Yep.
and help the community.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, I was very grateful for that.
Yeah.
So that's big. So yeah, we we're doing some cool things over there. I'm sorry, I keep kind of digressing.
Not
here,
at all.
but
You're fine.
The murals, art apparel is e-commerce apparel. Entertainment, again, I host public and private events. But the mural downtown Allentown that we were discussing, it's actually one of the largest in the valley. It's
Sure.
57 feet tall, 117 feet wide. Took
It is big.
Yeah, 2 months to paint. It was a lot. Within the past 3 months, I painted 6 murals, and it's been nonstop. So
That's super cool.
I was painting today. In fact, I got paint over my hands. But yeah, we're always grinding. We're always grinding.
Yeah.
But no, it's a true love story. Came from a tragedy. My sister passed away in 2012. I kind of got stuck in depression. Couldn't snap out of it. I had some dark thoughts. To get myself out of it, I turned to my first love, which was art. And art really did save my life. I'm a firm believer in that. And I started painting on canvases, ran out of canvases, started painting on shirts, put on online. People were digging it. Like, can I have a custom piece? Like, yeah, whatever, man. You know, so that turned into an apparel line.
Sure.
But like I said, it's pain can sometimes be a privilege if you use it the right way and harness it. My brother passed away while I was painting the mural downtown Allentown. And I got the call when I was at the wall, and grieved for a moment or two, of course, and then I got back to work, and I heard my brother's voice clear as day tell me to use it, and just 2 words. He just said, "Use it," and I intend to. So even with that loss, I'm going to turn it into something great. And if they thought I was working hard before, they don't know what's coming. No, it's been awesome, man. We have a lot of fun at Inkwell. I have a lot of fun doing what I'm doing, and I still can't believe I get paid to do what I do. Cause I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So
well, I don't know
cool.
about that. No, and I think too the passion and the emotion that you put into things as well on the opening night, where it was like the groundbreaking type thing.
Oh my
like
gosh.
you were at a loss for words, and I thought it was this beautiful thing where it was just like you were so overtaken by the moment, and it's you didn't need words. Like it was just with how taken aback you were. I just thought that was like, well, that's it. That says everything. Like it's just really very, very cool what you're doing.
Very grateful.
And also in that community, because you're right. Bethlehem has this. Easton has things. Allentown didn't have that, and I think it's also a great thing that you never know what 7-year-old might now have access to and be inspired by something that never would have happened without Inkwell being
right.
there.
Yeah, exactly.
And one thing that's really great about the stage, besides the fact that it was blessed, and I will let you talk about that because you're much better at describing it.
Right.
But when you're on stage as a performer, the windows that are at the front of the building are behind you.
Right.
So there are people that walk by and will participate, like behind the comedian doing things. And it's such a great way to be involved too. You could have people could just like drive by on bicycles, and they do. People come by and they pump their fist. I've seen somebody do like a cartwheel, and it's engaging the community. We have this one kid that lives next door, and he'll walk by and somebody will be on stage, and he lifts up his shirt and he just stands there and he puts it down. He'll come back like 3 times.
It's called the Inkwell experience, Yeah, because I'm not ashamed of my city, Of
course not.
And I want people to see the city behind them. I want that to be the backdrop, and it really becomes part of the show.
Sure.
And there's moments that I'm in the back of the venue and I'm looking, because as you know, it's very dark, and the walls are literally black. It's a blank slate for anybody to do what they need to do. But the stage is the focal point. There's light shining on it. That's the focal point. Everything else kind of fades to the wayside, and the city becomes that backdrop. And there's moments when I'm in the back and I'm looking out. I'm like, this is incredible. This is really cool.
Right.
There was a guy that was juggling something the one time, and just crazy stuff. But I want people to realize that Allentown is something special, and there's things that are coming that are going to be really big and monumental, impactful for generations to come, and I hope Inkwell is part of that.
Well, I was just talking the other day, like this UNESCO thing. That's a real opportunity for not just Bethlehem, but the entire Lehigh Valley.
Absolutely.
To realize, okay, these people are coming.
Yep.
They're going to come to our community. They're coming here. Let's show them where to go.
Yes,
you know?
exactly. No, that's exactly right. As I do think people are going to say, because we were chatting about it with Craig Larimer yesterday. I was like, so. There's, I think he said 26 World Heritage Sites in the United States. That's it. This is now one of 26.
Yeah. That's incredible.
And you're talking about things like Independence Hall and Statue of Liberty and stuff like that. So it's at that level in the curation minds of the UNESCO organization. Yeah. So what we were kind of chatting about was it's pretty clear that people coming from out of the country into here, they'll probably check that list and be like, oh, look at how close these all are. I'll go to New York, I'll go to Philadelphia, and I don't know what the heck Bethlehem is, but we'll go
check
there.
it out.
And then you're right. They're going to get here and go, well, I don't know where to go. Like, and what to do and all that stuff. So, yeah, I think there's a tremendous opportunity because when people are on vacation, other than seeing sites like that in the evening time, they're going to want to go in to restaurants and entertainment.
Exactly.
I mean, it's a huge opportunity for employment in our community.
Yep.
It can create so many jobs.
Yep.
I was walking into town and I'm thinking, Musikfest is huge. This is going to be like Musikfest like 20 times a year. I really think it's going to be like that.
I agree.
And there's so many great places. There's so many great historic hotels here.
Yeah.
There's museums here. I mean, there's so much that we could show people. The Lehigh Valley, I think it's like top 5 places to retire is the Lehigh Valley.
Yep.
And
we're on a roll.
Yeah, look at us. Yeah. And my dad jokes that he wants to move in with me, and I'm like,
No. You had your
not
chance.
You. Yeah. No, but it's great. We have a great community. It's rich and alive in the arts, and there's so many talented people.
So much talent.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's been incredible. I'm just excited for what's coming, and again, grateful to contribute to the overall good, because a lot of good is coming out of this neck of the woods.
Yeah, for sure. So obviously the site has like what's upcoming. Anything else in your mind, vision-wise, for Inkwell, like where you want to get it to, or promote, or currently working on? Again, maybe not want to say all the different.
That's okay.
No secrets. Yeah, no secrets revealed tonight.
Yeah. But I like, what else can we help promote for like what's coming up for you
I
in the
appreciate
space?
it. Yeah, if they just follow on social media. We always have new things coming up. We have so the fine dining event that we had was such a big hit that we have the next couple months booked with other restaurants who are participating.
Very cool.
Because we highlight the chefs, not so much the restaurants. So
that's
the
awesome.
chefs have the bragging rights. The restaurant then has the bragging rights that, hey, we have the best chef. We're actually going to have almost like a Michelin star sort of rating system within the valley.
That's great.
So yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. Gasper, familiar with him? He was on Netflix. Hilarious comedian. He's coming at the end of this month.
August 30th.
Yep, August 30th. That's going to be a big show. It's going to be a really big show. So we're looking forward to that.
Great.
Just, stay tuned. I mean, I'm really just one foot in front of the other, figuring out as we go along. Kate and I, we have conversations about different visions and ideas and things we want to bring to life, and we intend to.
Right.
But it's my baby, so I'm in no rush.
Right.
I'm okay with the slow trickle.
Right.
There was folks reaching out that initially wanted to fund, Inkwell and do. I don't want to owe anybody money. I just want to let it slowly grow. I'm okay with that.
Yes.
Because it's growing.
That means you got something good.
Yeah.
If people are willing to throw money at it.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
Yeah, and what can we promote for you? What you've got coming up in the fall?
Oh gosh, yeah. So I have.
I can pull up your site. Is there the?
You think I have a website?
Well, no,
I
I meant
for that stuff.
Instagram. It's like everybody's.
I just do stories. I don't have my. I send the links to people. I'm that person. I text people. Yeah, so I have that show on the 30th, Gasper and that was me at work yesterday.
Nice. Here's this.
Here's this. Yeah, and I think that's all I have up.
Love it.
For today. Oh yeah, that was last night at Musikfest outside of American Hairlines. We had some artists that were
beautiful.
painting live. That was Al Johnson.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And that's been great too. So we have, we're kind of creating this buzz with these artists that are able to sort of collaborate together and put shows together. So that was a pop-up show at American Hairlines. But yeah, so I have that coming up. I have some shows, Godfrey Daniels, and I'm trying to think what else. Oh, there's some things I'm not allowed to announce.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
stay tuned. So it's I Hate Kate. Hate is H and the number 8.
H and 8, yeah.
So I Hate Kate on Instagram, or you could just search Kate Hughes. It'll come up. And then again, yeah, you're right. Like we always say that too. Like just give it a follow, and then you'll be caught up to date on all of the upcoming stuff.
Calendars is on Inkwell, Inkwell.LLC on Instagram, atruelovestory.LLC. The Market by ATLS. You want to follow that? We have the upcoming holiday market at the Promenade Shops.
Yep.
Please give us a follow, and you'll stay updated.
Absolutely, Kyle.
I remember. Sorry, I remembered one thing. I have to say it.
Do it.
Okay, the 17th.
Yes.
That's the In Your Face, right?
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah, August 17th.
Yeah.
In Your Face comedy. So that's in the evening. I think doors open at 6, and I'm hosting that night.
Nice.
And then earlier in the day, I am doing a workshop, a comedy workshop at this great new up-and-coming place, Arts and Innovation Center, Juxta Hub in Emmaus.
Yeah.
And they're bringing me in to teach people how to laugh, make jokes. Look at that. The same day.
That's fantastic.
So the
That's
people,
awesome.
I didn't pass this by him, but the people that come to that class, that workshop, it's $20. We're going to give them a discount. Sorry, Kyle. We're going to give them a discount to come that night to see
We'll
the show.
talk about it.
I just was looking for the reaction on his
Yeah, I
face.
know.
Like, I didn't run this past him, but
But hey,
now it's on your show. So
now it's the truth.
yeah.
It's gonna happen.
So attend the class to see if Kyle approved that. And then you can come see both things that day, the 17th of it. Yeah, this is awesome. I mean, like we can link to all of that in like our
great.
show
Thank
notes and
God.
stuff. No, all good. But I'm glad we touched on all of that. But yeah, Kyle, Kate, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
And hopefully you get to some of the stages. There's obviously you saw some great music out there.
Heading there now.
Yeah.
And we can once again close out the show with "It's All Over Now" by Blair Crimmins and the Hookers.
All right, Phil, let's say goodbye to everybody.